Hi you guys, I am back. Oh, such messy hair. Yes, it's been a while. I was on vacation and doing family matters, so now I'm back. And I'm going to talk to you about Klesha Nashana Kriya. Klesha Nashana Kriya is not really advertised. I only knew about it when I enrolled for Surya Kriya. And I received then an email stating, oh, I could also enroll in this program, and Klesha Nashana Kriya was there. Reading that it was a Kriya, I thought it was another sadhana that I could add into my sadhana mix. And of course, I enrolled thinking it was a sadhana. So after I finished my, I believe, day and a half, 2 days worth of Surya Kriya, they said, oh, those who are going to Klesha Nashana Kriya, stay behind. I'm like, oh, perfect. Is this going to be a sadhana? And they said, no. I'm like, oh my God. I thought it was going to be sadhana, so I actually was thinking about canceling, getting a refund. And also, it was a situation where I probably really needed to go home, so I'm like, what am I going to do? This is taking a little bit longer. So I was thinking of canceling it, not showing up, or offering it to the next person who they thought they have booked but have not. So I'm like, hey, you can have this. And they're like, no, it's really good. You have to do it. And so I just did it. So what Klesha Nashana Kriya, the experience, we sat in front of Devi, and they, meaning the volunteers, did some rituals around us. What they basically did was, of course, the process is fire cleansing. So they had fire dancing in front of me. Of course, I didn't really see any of this because my eyes were closed, but I know I felt some fire. So they did a lot of ritual with fire. I know they had a bunch of leaves. I think it was neem leaves that they used to maybe dust me around. I know they had a bowl of water. I know they have, of course, the fire camphor in some sort of like a spaghetti scoop. I don't know what that is, but it really looked like a spaghetti scoop. But during the whole process, my eyes were closed. All I really noticed was a lot of movement. Fire, more leaves, fire, etc. And yes, they actually also had me do some breathing exercises. I can't remember what it was, but it wasn't Sukha Kriya. Something similar, but it wasn't Sukha Kriya. So that's how my experience with Klesha Nashana Kriya. Now, any changes? Have I noticed any change after the Klesha Nashana Kriya? To be honest, in the beginning it was a little spectacle because I was already a little disappointed that it wasn't necessarily a sadhana, but just a one-time thing that they recommend every 6 months to cleanse your aura and fill in the gaps of your aura that's been damaged throughout the years. After the experience, I was driving home, and then I know I had to check in a hotel to spend the night before I continue my driving home. I've really noticed that I was very sensitive. Like, I slept on my hotel bed, which I rarely have problems with. And this hotel was a very decent hotel. Seemed clean. It seems clean. And then when I lay there in bed, it was just so uneasy. I feel like it just wasn't right. So I had to get up and move around just to distract myself and try to go back to bed because I still need to drive really early the following morning. So I think that was one difference I noticed was I felt extra sensitive, maybe because my aura has expanded in volume or area of reach. That's why I could sense there was something wrong with the bed. Or I really didn't necessarily know, but there could have been also a placebo effect that, I just did Klesha Nashana Kriya. I'm a little invincible right now. But to be honest with you, would I recommend Klesha Nashana Kriya? I think yes. I'm not going to say 100% because for some people who $150 or almost $200 could be a little bit hard to reach for just a single iteration of aura cleansing. If it's a little too expensive, then maybe there are other ways to actually do so. That could be a little less costly, but because I'm able to afford the 151, I think I would really do it again, because just to experience how it's like, the feeling the first time I did it, and maybe compare it to the next time I will do it, I would really want to know. And though I may not know any significant difference from then and now, again, this has been a while, which is probably a few months back. March, April, May, June, July, August. 6 months back, so I'm probably really due for another one. But I would really do it again, just because almost every program I have attended with Isha has been really magical for me. I really want to do it again. So yes, you guys, I think for me, Klesha Nashana Kriya was worth it. Despite the misunderstanding, it is not a sadhana. It is an aura cleanse, a one-time thing that is recommended to do every 6 months. I would do it again. And yes, I hope this was helpful. I'll see you again next time. Bye. Oh, by the way, before I go, let me just tell you too a side story. Klesha Nashana Kriya was a fire cleanse. I remember growing up, when we went to the cemetery, my aunt would always make a bonfire before we leave the cemetery. And then before we actually get in the car to go home, all of us have to jump over the fire to get into the car. I think that was some sort of aura cleanse too, or whatever cleansing process. And the things that we don't really notice, the things that I thought was just a silly ritual growing up, is given light in these ages, modern ages. So yeah, just another realization I had. I hope you have more of these too, because it's really interesting for me. Okay, for realsies, I'll see you next time. Bye!